The TTC recently rolled out an anti-fare evasion ad campaign, and it's kind of hard to ignore. Many are saying it's a necessary evil, while others say it's simply unnecessary. But one advocacy group says they're targeting the wrong problem and missing the mark altogether.
We think that hiring more fare inspectors and an ad campaign are not going to fix the fundamental problems of faulty Presto technology and the fact that many people in Toronto cannot afford to pay the current fare.
TTC CEO Rick Leary disagrees and says given that the transit agency lost over $73 million to fare evasion last year, the campaign is a much-needed reminder.
We know about the state of good repair and the need for additional funding. We need to have people pay their fair share, all right? And so the campaign of reinforcing and reminding people of their obligation, I think it's a subtle campaign from the standpoint you could be fined, right? We got to remind people of that.
But with faulty card readers, failing gates, and the various ongoing issues with the Presto system, as well as a number of service disruptions, Pizzy Allen says the TTC and the city needs to spend less time blaming riders and more time directing its energies to better funding to fix those issues.
Right now, the TTC is the least subsidized major transit system in North America. That means it's the most reliant on riders to pay for the operating budget, and that needs to change. We're going to be rolling out our own spoof ad campaign soon about fund evasion. We need to be pointing the finger at the real fund evaders, which are politicians who have not invested properly in the TTC.
Now, whether you choose not to pay your fare, can't afford it, or forgot to tap your card, as the ads will tell you, it's all considered fare evasion. And if you're caught, the fines are pretty steep, between $235 to $425.
I think it's warranted. I think people have to understand that it's critical they pay their fare.
It's not fair for someone to get such an expensive ticket if the machine was out of order. And for people who can't afford the fare, I mean, it's an incredibly high fine, and we don't see the same rates of tickets for infractions for parking or even for, speeding past an open streetcar door, which actually endangers people's lives.
And as for how effective the current ad campaign will be, Councillor Brad Bradford, who also sits on the TTC board, says the agency simply has to try everything.
I've heard feedback that this is upsetting for folks, but at the same time, we do need a culture shift.
We have much more on this story on our website, citynews.ca, to see what TTC fare inspectors can and can't do, how fines are set, and more on the ad campaign. Point your phone camera to the code you see on your screen right now. A link will pop up, and when you click it, you'll be taken directly to our article that takes a deep dive into TTC fare evasion and enforcement. For City News, I'm Dilshad Berman.